We serve up some amazing tennis. For the 26th year, the Cajun Classic has been one of the premier wheelchair tennis tournaments in the country, and it's right here in Baton Rouge. Well, this year it's the biggest ever. 130 players from 18 countries and 29 states are all here competing for big prize money and big national ranking points. Dana Mathewson has a powerful serve, a fierce forehand, and a beautiful backhand. That she does all of that on wheels makes it extraordinary.
Because when you come out here, you're just like everybody else, and the chair doesn't matter. It's kind of like a common denominator in a way. And so, it doesn't matter how disabled you are, you can come out here and blow someone that's less disabled than you out of the water. And so that's what I love about this. So It gives you your sense of independence back, and I think that's really invaluable.
Dana was just 10 years old, running sprints at soccer practice when a rare autoimmune disease attacked her spinal cord.
My back started to go into extreme pain, like someone was hurting me or stabbing me or something that catastrophic. And then I'd say in about 20 minutes I was completely paralyzed. And they still don't know why it happens because it's so rare. I forget the stat, but it's like 5 in a million people or something crazy.
3 years later, her mom enrolled her in a tennis camp Dan James with the United States Tennis Association was serving up.
My mom literally dragged me kicking and screaming to a camp that Dan was at, and they taught me tennis, and I fell in love with it.
I'm amazed. I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I'm still amazed by the stories, to hear how people arrived at the tennis court and the journey that they took. And it reminds you that whether you have a disability or not, you're on the same journey, and we see theirs. And so now here's a chance for people to come out and be a part of that journey.
To understand just a small part of that journey, Dan invited me to take a swing at wheelchair tennis. First, I warmed up like I always do. Then I got in the wheelchair. Maneuvering was difficult, although it was quick and responsive, much more so than I am. Dan gave me some good coaching tips.
As soon as you hit the ball, you have to push back towards the fence, not backwards. Turn the chair and push.
Like
you
this?
Got it. Yep.
And then use the eyes in the back of my head.
You got it. Those are the best
So my
ones.
mother.
Those are the best ones.
But even that didn't make it much easier. Playing tennis without the balance, movement, and agility of your feet was much harder than I thought. That stunk.
I'm just going to ask you how it feels.
Oh, strange.
It does, doesn't it?
But yeah, I don't have the manipulation of the chair, but then you can't get in position, you can't get away from the ball as fast as you would. I don't know how they do that.
It's pretty incredible because you're doing two things at once. For us, we don't think about our feet, we just move to the ball.
Yeah.
For these players, they're hitting and moving with the same appendages. And so doing two things at once, they have less time, it's harder to control, and their athleticism with those challenges is off the charts.
Then Kim gave it a try.
Push, push.
While still difficult, she outperformed me big time. Dana admits it was hard for her too at first, but she stuck with it, and her determination paid off. After just 4 years, she made the World Cup team and traveled the world.
I've been to ones in Italy, England, South Africa, and Turkey. And it's so much more fun because tennis is usually such a quiet sport. But at that one, you're competing for your country, so you get to wear USA on your back, which is such a huge honor.
Dana credits her mom for making her see her ability, not disability.
I'm really thankful she did that because she never let me get away with anything. So I really am thankful for her for that because I think when you get hurt, it can go one of two ways. Either you adjust to it really well and you keep adapting and living your life, or it can really consume you and you let people help you a little more than they need to.
In many ways, Dana wouldn't change her life even if she could.
And when people ask me, like, if you could take a magic pill and reverse what happened to you, would you do it? And sometimes I'd like to say yes, but then because I've gotten to do things like this to represent my country and to be competitive professionally in a sport and travel the world, I wouldn't take it back for anything. It's a huge honor to be able to do it.
You have to be so inspired by these athletes, right?
Inspiration is a really funny word for us because it's inherently inspirational. The choice to move on from a catastrophic accident or from a disability from birth is inspiring.
But Dan reminds me, it's also just really good tennis.
And I think people were really surprised by the product. They'll come out and want to see wheelchair tennis. They'll leave saying they saw great tennis.